Hey guys, it's Mallard with another stamp video, and today we are going to do an album search of these two albums. Got them from the Chicago Stamp Show earlier in November. Should be real fun. Just to give you guys a few details on these albums, I went to a booth I've gone to the past few years. I know the couple very well. They had these albums actually kind of saved for me, so that's super exciting. They know that I was coming on Sunday, so I showed up. These two albums were there, and I love them because I've never seen a stamp album with this illustration on the front, with this detail on the front, and so I thought I'm just going to pick both of them up. Never seen an album like this. Normally it's like an older Scott album from the 40s. That was kind of the best I've ever done. These two, their copyright date is 1888. So these are pre-1900 stamp albums, which kind of guarantees old stamps in here. I'm super excited to get into it. This one I picked up for 25 bucks. This one was for 50. I do have a third one that I'll make another video on in the coming days. But we're going to start with this red one first, move into the blue one. And I'll bring y'all in whenever I find something I think is interesting. All right, first thing that I found that I thought was worth your time, Bavaria. As you can see, these return letter stamps, I've never really seen these before. I'll have to do some research on them to see what their deal is. But yeah, it looks like a complete set. Of course, you have to be careful of forgeries when it comes to stamps like this that are this old, but we'll definitely look into it. But yeah, first cool thing I found. And just when I got done with that page, we came over to the next German state, and as you can see, it says reprints here. If you look closely at these, you can kind of tell they look like reprints to me. Of course, I'm not an expert in these kind of stamps, but this complete set, I'm sure these are super hard to find if they are in fact genuine, but it does say reprints, and they do have the prices down below almost every stamp in this album. So if you want to get an idea, I don't know when that was done. It's done with a pencil, as you can tell, but it gives you kind of an idea of what the stamps probably could be worth. If that's something that interests you. I just like collecting. But yeah, as you can see, I'll let you guys know if I ever see stamps I think could be reprints, I will give it a shout. One more thing, if you hear dogs in the background walking around, I'm in my house and they're my dogs. So I'm sorry if that's annoying. I'll do my best to keep them quiet. Wanted to show you guys this Canada page. So as you can tell, this album has been picked through, which is no surprise. They were, putting the prices, and I'm sure someone came in before I did and started picking through them. But I did want to show you, we got a nice beaver over here. Always fun to find those. It is pretty beat up, so I got to be careful when I remove it off the album page to put it in my my Canada stamp album, that I won't be too ruined. But then down here we have a really nice half cent. It looks mint to me, so that'll be a really good thing to add to my collection. Really like that. Made it to this Hamburg page, and kind of going with the theme. If I had to guess, I'd say that these are a reprinted set. Don't know, but if you could give me some insight, you Hamburg German experts, let me know. I'll give it a close up, but just a little too perfect cut squares. Unless someone just stumbled upon these and kept them together. But yeah, I think these are forgeries or reprints. Let me know what you think. Made it to India. I found these government issued stamps. That one, of course, is beat up on the left side. This one looks very nice for on us. I do have a stamp album from India, so I'll be adding these to that shortly. To Italy, got some nice stamps right here. I'm just going to kind of go through this quickly. Of course, like I said, some stamps are pretty beat up, but this album is decently put together. Going over here. Some nice stuff, some nice little sets. And look what I found. That is not a stamp from Italy. It is a stamp from Germany. So as well put together as this album is, the person that did it still made some mistakes, and that makes me feel good because I feel like I make mistakes all the time putting stamps where I shouldn't be putting them. So but yeah, I wanted to bring y'all in. Thought that was kind of funny that we found a German stamp in the Italy section. Now here at Persia, moving down, not much on this page. Coming to this page, awesome. I don't have that one in my Persian album, so I'll definitely pick that up. Moving on down, looks like we got a nice little set right here. Official stamps, so I'll definitely be adding those to my album as well. So overall, nice little Persia section that I can definitely make some additions to my Persian album that I have on my shelf. We've made it all the way to Venezuela, and this is probably the last page. I think I'm going to do a part 2 going over the green stamp album that I bought. But I did want to bring y'all down in here. 1874, super old one right there. It's got a nice 3 over the top there. But I wanted to come bring you guys to this cancellation right here. Look at this. I don't know. I know in my previous video, one of my buddies, he kind of talked about Mexican stamps and how, or stamps from Mexico, and how they would cancel the actual like city's name on it. So I don't know if that's what this is, but yeah, really caught my attention, really caught my eye, so I wanted to show you guys that. But yeah, so that is gonna conclude, I think, this album. I looked to the end to see, and there's nothing left. So like I said, we are going to finish up this album. I will do a part 2 where I'm going to go over this album, so be on the lookout for that. I'm actually going to film it right now. So if you enjoyed part 1, go to part 2. Watch that if you want. And as always, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching.